The two of us gazed at the night sky for a while. Even though it was a wild goose chase, it was like a mini-adventure that was fun in its own way, right? When I say that, Yuzu smiles cheerfully and nods.
はい。それに、誠一さんと素敵な思い出もできました。
Yuzu tries to hide her embarrassment while resting her head on my shoulder. Well then, we should head back. I say that as I pat Yuzu's head once more.
そうですね。そろそろ戻らないと遅くなっちゃいますから。
I nod and together we return to the previous room.
やっぱりビルの中は真っ暗ですね。
Well, we have a flashlight, so it should be fine.
それに、誠一さんが一緒だから平気です。
The sight of Yuzu's smile takes my breath away. I take my lovely girlfriend's hand and leave the room and walk down the stairs. Be careful with your footing right there.
はい。
We walk down the stairs, heading towards the exit. The building is still a mess. I'm no coward, but I wouldn't want to come here alone. This place feels unsettling somehow. I'm so glad that Yuzu is here with me.
誠一さんがいてよかったです。ゆずが一人でこんなところに来たら怖くて泣いちゃいます。
It seems that Yuzu feels the same way I do. You're right. It's okay with two people. I'm not sure I could handle it by myself.
はい。
Anyways, let's get out of here fast.
そうですね。
We nod at each, and just as we're about to descend down the final flight of stairs. Huh? It feels like my field of vision darkened for a moment there.
あれ、今なんだか。
Yuzu lets out an uneasy voice. That means what I saw wasn't a mistake. It can't be, right? Our surroundings plunge into darkness. The flashlight I'm holding is about to run out of batteries. The battery.
懐中電灯がですか？
Yeah, this is bad.
でも予備の電池は持ってきてなくて。
The flashlight starts to flicker as we talk and then abruptly turns off for the final time. It's okay, Yuzu, calm down. I draw Yuzu, who is already holding my hand, close to me and embrace her.
はい。
Our eyes should adjust soon. We should be able to see inside the room. Luckily, there's a window in this room. We can't see anything right now because the flashlight went out, but we should be able to see again in a little while. We stay quiet for a few minutes. Our eyes finally adjust, revealing the contours of the room. I think I can see something.
はい。でもあんまり見えません。特に足元が。
Yeah, this could be a problem.
出かける前に電池の量を確認するべきでした。
No use worrying about it now. I look down the stairs while I console Yuzu. Wow, it's dark. I can't tell what belongs to the stairs and what belongs to the walls. If someone were to me that this was in fact the hallway and not a flight of stairs, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. We can't do this. I mean, I guess we could, but without even a small amount of light, it's too dangerous to go down.
じゃあどうしましょう。
We have a little bit of light here coming in from outside, so I think it's best not to move until it gets lighter.
そうですね。その方がいいとゆずも思います。
Yuzu adds in a small voice.
でも。
Hmm?
誠一さん。
It seems she's scared after all, seeing how she's fidgeting. It'll be okay. I'm with you after all.
そうじゃなくて、誠 その
Does she have to pee? She's not fidgeting in fear. While I'm trying to think of what could be bothering her, Yuzu whispers weakly.
真っ暗になったらその急におトイレに行きたくなって
Toilet.
ごめんなさい。でも我慢ができそうになくて
Well, it's a natural bodily function. You don't need to apologize for it. But what should we do? I look around, but it's quite obvious there's nothing resembling a bathroom around here. If it was a bit brighter, we could find a suitable place, but this is a problem.
このままだとゆずその誠一さんどうしたらいいでしょうか
It seems that being frank with me has made her unable to hold it in any longer. Yuzu looks at me imploringly while fidgeting. If you can't hold it, then there's only one last resort.
最終手段ですか
I nod to Yuzu and point to a dark corner of the room. There's no other way but to do it in that corner.
隅っこ
Yuzu looks back and forth between me and the corner I'm pointing to multiple times.
あんなところでしたら誠一さんに見えちゃいます
I won't look, really.
でも音が聞こえちゃいますよ
I won't. I'll cover my ears. It's okay.
でもだけどでも
Yuzu starts to tremble. You can't hold it anymore, right? You were fidgeting quite a bit just now.
本当に絶対に見ないでくださいね音も聞かないでくださいね
Yuzu lets go of my hand after she says that and walks over to the corner of the room. Then I'll turn around. I turn my back to her as I say that.
暗くて何も見えなくて
Yuzu's voice wavers, sounding like she's about to cry at any moment.
誠一さん
What's wrong, Yuzu? When I turn around, I see Yuzu still near me, facing towards me. She looks like she's about to cry.
やっぱり近くにいてください
Near you.
だってこんな怖いところじゃ一人でそのできないです
But if I'm close to you, I might see. Just close your damn eyes.
恥ずかしいけど仕方ないです怖いのよりはいいです
I'm going to hear everything, you know.
あんまり聞かないでくださいね
Her eyes are tearing up. It seems that she'd rather be seen by me than be left alone in the dark. Alright then, I'll stay here, so do it fast.
わかりました誠一さんは絶対にそこにいてくださいね
Yuzu slips her underwear off under her skirt.
もう我慢できない
Yuzu squats down in the corner of the room. My eyes are attracted to the outline of Yuzu's glowing white butt that seems to be floating in midair.
あんまり見たら恥ずかしくって出なくなってしまいそうです
Sorry. I apologize, but I just can't seem to unglue my eyes from Yuzu's butt. My eyes are rooted to her exquisite curves.
もう誠一さんお尻あんまり見ないでください
She notices that I'm staring and raises her voice again in protest. But her expression becomes relaxed and her shoulders shudder.
ダメ出ちゃう
Yuzu's small voice acts as the signal for the sound of splashing water in the dark, abandoned building. Inside the pitch-black building, only Yuzu's butt and the sparkling stream of urine is visible in the faint beam of light from outside.
聞こえちゃう。誠一さん、聞いちゃったね。
Yuzu appeals to me with a completely red face. She seems surprised by the amount that she's outputting. It's probably because she's been holding it in for so long. It seems that feeling of release won out over her embarrassment as she's moaning in relief. And then the trickling sound starts to weaken and ultimately stop.
誠一さんの前でしちゃうなんて恥ずかしいです。恥ずかしすぎてゆずどうにかなってしまいそうです。
Yuzu stands up and turns around to face me.
誠一さん、お願いですからこのことは忘れてください。
Well, that might be hard. I say that without thinking and quickly cover my mouth.
そんな忘れてくれないと困ります。
But if someone's own girlfriend did that in front of them and they saw something like that, they couldn't possibly forget it, right?
でも忘れてほしいです。本当に恥ずかしいんですよ。
Yeah, but forgetting it is impossible.
じゃあどうしたら忘れられるんですか？
Let's see, how about overwriting it with something even more memorable?
刺激的ですか？
Yuzu looks puzzled. Yeah, for example, a much more lewd experience or something.
もっとエッチな経験って、これはエッチなことじゃないです。
From my perspective, it was plenty lewd. I guess he has a pee fetish or something.
誠一さん、変態さんです。
Seems like he has a pee fetish or something. She hides her face in embarrassment and once again squats down. In order to support my girlfriend, I whisper to her gently. Yuzu, stand up. Just like you are. Yep, just like that. And then, let's see. Stay just like that.
でもゆずはまだ下着を履いてなくて。
I make her stand perfectly still and then contort my body to enable my hand to crawl up her butt. 誠一さん。 Guess I'll see you in a second. Afterwards, we laid in the abandoned building, dozing in each other's arms. By the time we came to our senses, the sun had already risen. Are you okay, Yuzu? Does your body hurt? I'm worried about Yuzu. She had to sit on the cold, hard ground for such a long time after all.
大丈夫です。本当に痛みはありませんでしたから。
Huh?
なんでもないです。誠一さんがいたからよく眠れちゃいましたってことです。
Oh, it seemed like you were talking about something else there for a second.
大丈夫ですから。誠一さんはお構いなく。
I'm not fully convinced, but it looks like she doesn't want to be questioned any further. Her blush, having somehow traveled all the way to her ears, prompts me to tilt my head in suspicion.
あんまり時間も余裕がないことですし、早く戻りましょう。
Yuzu interrupts my thoughts by pushing me, urging me forwards. I begin to walk back to the dormitory with a puzzled look on my face. Oh, that's right. Before we go back, how about getting some fast food?
はい。ゆずも少しお腹空いちゃいました。
If it's decided, then let us make haste. Nodding, Yuzu clings to my arm. We walk through the city streets cuddling like that. We weren't able to get the statue's blessing that Yuzu was hoping for, but I feel that our relationship has become one level deeper anyway. Maybe the building itself acquired that blessing. Just now the results from the test came back. A few days ago, a closed book pop quiz was carried out in all classes, meant to test our scholarly abilities.
では、ホームルームを終える。本日はこれにて終了。
After we bow to Fujishima Sensei, the classroom explodes in noise.
聖一くんどうだった？
Kaoru starts to talk to me with a slightly downcast face. Well, it wasn't so bad.
僕もそんな感じ。でも安心はできないくらいだけどね。
But Yuzu is really incredible though.
だね。藤島先生が名指しで褒めてたもんね。
While Fujishima Sensei was handing back the test papers, she mentioned Yuzu as a model student. Until now, Yuzu had only been the topic of conversation every now and then, but with the current events, the rumors seem likely to grow even bigger. As I think about her, I see Yuzu entering the classroom. Hey, you came! Everyone's talking about you now because of your performance on the pop quiz.
話題って？みんなも染谷さんのことを目標にするようにって藤島先生が褒めてたんだよ。そんなやつなんて目標にされるほどすごくはないですよ。そうなの？じゃあ抜き打ちテストは何点だったのかな？1問だけ間違えちゃいました。
The moment she utters that, the din of the classroom crashes to a halt.
今回はたまたま勉強したところが出ただけで。
Doesn't that mean you got a 99? To get such a high score on a random test? No wonder Fujishima Sensei pointed out Yuzu as a model student. She probably said that to get us fired up, as expected of the instructor who told us to show her the power of S-class.
はい、そうですけど。
I heard there was only one person in S-class who even scored in the 90s. It was probably someone like Kamishiro or Minato. That means you were the highest scorer of the first years, doesn't it?
石橋先生にも褒められました。
That definitely makes her a model student.
聖一の点数は私より上なのか。
Peeking at my grade from behind, Akane sighs. Well, I actually did a bit of studying this time.
靖国さんはどうだったの？私は聖一よりほんの少しだけ下だな。
Akane's eyes wander as she blatantly fibs.
どれどれ？
Chiharu sneaks up behind Akane and nimbly thrusts her neck forward to peek at the test Akane is holding.
千春！ごめん。
Having seen the grade, Chiharu wears a strange look on her face and diverts her eyes. Akane, of course, objects, with a bright red face.
なぜ謝るのだ？今回はちょっと調子が悪かっただけだぞ。いつもはもう少し良いのだ。
Was it really that bad?
失礼な。
Akane's face is red with anger.
トークはどうだったのだ？
Trying to change the subject, she suddenly calls out to Toko. But no matter how you look at it, that was equivalent to self-destruction.
普通。トーコの言う普通は私たちの普通とは違うからな。
Akane inches toward Toko and takes a surreptitious glance at her grade, and then her eyes widen in surprise.
なんだこれは。だから普通。これで普通だとは。さすがトーコだな。
Even without looking, it's clear that S-class's single 90+ grade belongs to Toko.
次は絶対に負けないんだから。
I catch a glimpse of Minato, whose eyes are tearing up in frustration. It seems that this time she wasn't able to match Toko. Well, don't get too depressed over it. You were just focusing on your Doryoku training this whole time.
それはそうなのだが、だからといって学業をおろそかにするわけにはいかないだろう。
Akane becomes even more depressed. Was the score really that bad?
仲間がここにいた。
Chiyoda, who was sitting close by, starts to snicker as if she were a zombie.
千代田もか。これが私の点数。負けたー。
The difference in their scores is probably the same as that between grains of sand. Realizing this, I can't help but feel pity for them. What about Jin and Chiharu? Akane has fallen to her knees in despair. I don't want to make her feel any worse, so I start talking with Jin.
だいたい抜き打ちテストなんてのは出す側の根性がねじ曲がってる証拠だよな。不意打ちなんて汚いと俺は思うぜ。
そうそう、点数が全てなんて僕はそういうの良くないと思うよ。でもあんまり悪すぎると今後に響いてしまいますよ。もう硬いな、ゆずちゃんは。でも僕のことを心配していてくれてるんだね。嬉しい。千春さん、やめてくださいよ。
To boldly perform such blatant sexual harassment directly in front of her boyfriend, as expected, Chiharu. Couldn't you at least do that kind of thing when I'm not around?
別にいいじゃん。僕の愛は無償なわけだし、誠一くんは愛人ってことで一つよろしく。
Yuzu, if you don't like it but don't say anything, there's no telling how long you're going to have to deal with this.
それは分かっているのですが。
Yuzu, probably thinking that this was the best way of communicating with Chiharu, is finding it difficult to turn her down. Seriously, we are going to need to have a good discussion in the future about that women's behavior.
貴様らは本当に気楽だな。
We all turn towards to podium, towards the voice of the instructor we thought had long since left.
あれ師匠、今日はもう終わりでは？
一つ言い忘れたことがあってな。
Forgot?
ああ、そうだ。知っていると思うが改めて言っておく。これは単なる抜き打ちのテストだが、あまりに点数が悪い場合、今後に控えた実技試験への参加が認められない場合もある。そうなりたくなかったら、今後のテストでどうすればいいか、今のうちから各自で考えて行動すること。以上だ。
Having said this, Fujishima Sensei really does leave the classroom.
そういえば誠一さんたちはそろそろ実技試験の時期ですよね。
Hmm? Don't you guys have one too?
C クラスは動力の実技試験ではなく研究成果の発表なんですよ。
I see. I guess the differences between classes really shows up here. If it's just displaying your research, that seems fairly manageable, right?
そんなことはないんですよ。たまった研究データをまとめなくちゃいけませんし。
I see. Our test isn't the regular kind, but rather a practical exam. Partly because my own Doryoku is in its own special class, I'm nervous about how my test will end up. Furthermore, even though I didn't do too poorly on this test, I still didn't score well enough to be able to relax.
以前も言いましたけど、お勉強ならゆずでも力になれますから、いつでも言ってくださいね。
That's right. I guess I'll take you up on that offer.
はい、任せてください。
Yuzu puffs up with pride, confident that she can help me. Because of various things popping up, we haven't actually been able to study together like we promised. Taking this opportunity to receive her instructions seems like a good idea. If it's alright, how about we start today?
今日夕方以降なら大丈夫です。
Alright, if that time's good for Yuzu, then it's good for me. I'm looking forward to it. If it's with Yuzu, even studying won't be bad. It looks like I might be okay for the test after all. Feeling relieved, I turn back towards everyone else.
まずいぞ。このままでは実技試験すら。
Akane's face is pale.
そうやってうつむいていても点数は上がらない。それは分かっているのだが、どうしたものか。
Her bad grade came as such a shock, she seems to be quite worried about it.
まあそんなに気にするなって。
気にするなと言われてもこればかりは。でもこのままじゃまずいよね。そうだ、トコ、私に勉強を教えてくれないだろうか。
As if grasping at straws, Akane besieges Toko for help.
教えるのは苦手。そういうのは染谷に行った方がいい。
Everyone suddenly focuses their gaze on Yuzu.
適材適所。合宿の時も染谷に教わったから。そういえばそうだったな。
If it hadn't been for Yuzu's tutelage during the review session after the training camp, things would have been very dangerous. Everyone's expectations seem to rise, thinking about Yuzu.
ゆずさえ良ければまた教えを請いたいのだが、どうだろうか。それは構わないのですけど。けど何なのだ。何か問題でもあるのか。今さっき誠一さんと勉強する約束をしてしまって。ずるい。
What's not fair?
独り占めは良くないってことだよ。
She can accuse me of hogging all she wants. We're a couple. Giving some priority to each other doesn't seem wrong to me.
こんなことを頼むのは悪いとは思っているのだが、誠一とゆずさえ良ければ私もその勉強に付き合わせてくれないか。はいはいはい、僕も忘れないでよ。私もやる。
Even Kamishiro. For some reason, everything just got way bigger. Yuzu and I glance at each other.
どうしましょうか。
If you're okay with it, I don't mind either.
誠一さんがそう言うなら、ゆずはもちろん構いませんよ。日頃皆さんにはいろいろお世話になってますし。本当か。ありがとう、二人とも。
Akane grasps the hands that saved her from almost plunging to her doom and rejoices.
じゃあ決定ってことだね。
Well, this isn't the first time we are studying together like this. There shouldn't be any problems in particular.
誠一。
For some reason, Jin is looking at me with a face on the verge of tears. When he looks at me like that, there's no way I can't invite him too. Of course, Jin and Kaoru are welcome to come as well.
当たり前だろ。俺と誠一の仲じゃないか。
でも僕たちまで本当にいいのかな。
At this point, adding one or two extra people won't make a big difference.
そういうことならお言葉に甘えちゃおうかな。
What about you, Chiyoda?
まあめんどい。実技試験が出れないなんてむしろ願ったり叶ったり。落第するわよ。勉強教えてください、みなと。ちょっとこんなところでしがみつかないで。よし、せっかくだから太田も巻き込もう。太田。
It looks like they're going to form their own study group as well. Well, if Minato is teaching, Chiyoda will probably be fine. With Jill and Kaoru's participation, the plans for the full cast study session are finalized.
勉強会を開くとしても場所はどうしましょうか。そうだな、人数も多いことだし、食堂とかはどうだろうか。それじゃ面白くないから誠一くんの部屋にしない？
Why there?
食堂でもいいんだけどさ、他の連中が絡んでくると面倒になるかもしれないよ。
Because of the tests, it's certainly possible that people will ask to join us on the spot. But still, there's no way I can agree to hosting it in my bedroom.
それじゃあ僕寮長さんと藤島先生に許可取ってくるね。
Wait a sec, you haven't even gotten permission from me yet. Feigning deafness, but maybe not, Chiharu dashes out of the classroom. I hang my head, ignored by everyone else too, as they start lively talking about the study session. Are we really going to do it in my room?
なんだかそう決まっちゃったみたいですね。
Is that alright with you? It seems like everything ended up like this by accident. Is it really okay?
平気ですよ。皆さんと勉強するのって楽しいですから。
Well, if you say it's okay.
じゃあ早速準備しないとな。俺ジュースとかポテチとか買ってくるわ。
あ、その買い出し僕も付き合うよ。
It's almost as if we are preparing for a picnic. Even though I'm not worried about the study session itself, I'm feeling anxious. At this rate, are we even going to get any studying done at all?